melt is when I'm ocean waves.
Today on Nova Legends podcast, I have Hayfield Coach Carlos Poindexter, right off his charter jet from Virginia Beach after his Hayfield Hawks beat Lansdowne. Some would say upset, but I don't think Coach Carlos would say that. Carlos, congratulations. Thanks for doing this.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah. So, well, first of all, after you guys lost to West Potomac, you were smiling over at the bench. You didn't seem that phased to me about the loss. You were either a very good sport and you're pretending, or you had other goals in mind right away. Like you said, all right, we lost this game. We're gonna pick it up and we're gonna go to the next one. Did I read that right? As painful as it is to lose to a rival in a game like that, you already had your mind on this game?
Yeah, like I mean, of course you want to win every game that you play, but we had bigger goals in mind. So like we're trying to compete for a state championship. That regional championship is just a stepping stone in the process of trying to win a championship. And I wanted our guys to win it, especially the guys that most of these guys didn't get a chance to play in a regional championship game last year. So it was a great opportunity for them, and we just came up short, man. West Potomac had a better game plan than we did, and they ended up winning the game. And I give them all the props in the world because they stuck to their game plan and they got the W. And it was just, for me, it was just like we lost that game, but I knew that we had one more. So it was like, yeah, we lost, but I knew that we were going to get a chance to play another game, and it happened to be Landstown, and we ended up winning that game.
Yeah. Did you learn some things about your team in that loss that you thought would help you last night?
Man, my team is a heckle and jive team. It really is. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to get from them, but one thing that I do know is that after a loss, we're going to come out and compete at a very, very high level that next game. We usually bounce back from losses very well, and that happened yesterday for the most part.
Yeah, I have noticed that about you guys. You've taken some big losses this year, but it hasn't seemed to affect the kids. The kids keep playing. As you're preparing for Lansdowne, if you had to, on a scale of 0 to 10, 0 being no confidence and 10 being absolute confidence, what was your feeling driving down yesterday about your chances to beat Lansdowne on their home court?
Leading up into the game, I felt like we had a good chance. We had a great game plan to go against them, and it's funny, like, and I'm about to tell you this, like, when we got down there, we found out that their best player was in the hospital and couldn't even play.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But their second best player came back, so it was weird. Like their second best player was out the whole regional tournament due to the flu, and then their best player ended up getting sick that night. So he didn't end up playing, and it was kind of like threw a wrench in it and what we were going to do. But nonetheless, we got off to a great start down there. I think it was like 17-7 after the first quarter. They made a run in the second quarter, but we still had maybe an 8-9 point lead. Third quarter, we pushed it up to 17 or 18. And then, a couple of unfortunate things happened, and they hawked us down, and they took the lead. We only scored 3 points in the fourth quarter. It was like a 14-3 fourth quarter. And lucky enough for us, we made the right plays at the right time. We ended up going to overtime, and they got two key steals. Phoenix hit 2 free throws to put the game away, and we got out of there with a W. Yeah,
I wasn't able to see a box score from last night. Who were your leading scorers last night?
Alex McFarland had 16, 16 and 4, and Andy had 15, 9 rebounds, 4 steals, something like that. And then Owen bounced back from the West Potomac game and had 10 points, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. So everybody bounced back.
I know they didn't have the exact team you were expecting, but do you guys match up well with Lansdowne? Like when you look on paper, did you feel like this is a good matchup for Hayfield?
Yeah, so it's twofolded. Like I felt like we had a good matchup. I knew that Owen would have some success on the offensive end, but I thought that he would struggle on the defensive end trying to guard some of their guards. And they ended up putting number 1 in the middle of their offense, and they started just giving him the basketball, and he was able to attack. So we had to start doing some offensive, defensive things that you probably seen us do before, where we bring in number 5, Sean Burton, to guard those type of players, and Sean did a great job of that. And then also want to shout out Demarius Duncan, who doesn't get a lot of playing time. In the third and fourth quarter, he came in and gave us big minutes. Man, got a crucial assist, a putback, hit 2 crucial free throws in the fourth quarter. So yeah, man, it's just crazy. Like, this team never ceases to amaze me, man. They come out and give us their all.
Yeah. Well, Coach, this is your third this is your third Final Four in a row. And that you've only
Fourth.
It's fourth in a row.
Yeah.
Because you lost the year before. Who did you guys lose to?
So we lost before in 2021. We lost to Centerville in the state semis.
Is that okay? I forgot. Okay, that was Chris Kazimka.
Yeah, Chris Kazimka year.
Okay, I didn't realize. Yeah, that's right. That was the COVID year.
Yeah, it was the COVID year.
That was the COVID year. That's right. I did see that. I watched it online.
Yeah. So it's four in a row.
Yeah, 4 in a row in the Final Four. So does the fact that your team has won 2 state championships in a row, does that carry some swagger? Do you think the other teams know about your reputation? Does your own team adopt that reputation, or because everyone knows those 5 players that get the majority of the minutes or more are gone? How do you think our reputation affects the games when you guys are playing?
I mean, it probably, of course, it affects everybody that we're playing against. Everyone knows what we've done over the past few years. I mean, it's very well documented throughout, our own show that we had, and then, all social media stuff. So, I mean, it's well documented, and we're everybody's game that people want to see. And, the fact that people want to, they want to see us lose. They don't want to see us to continue to have success that we've been having. They show up for those games, and they have like that different mind frame to try to get that W versus us. And sure enough, and that's how it's been all year. And we're everybody's championship.
Yeah. Did you get a chance to watch the well, congratulations again, Coach. Did you get a chance to watch the tape of the South Lakes Potomac game?
I'm actually in the midst of watching it right now. Most of my coaches have watched it between last night and this morning. I've been seeing some of the text messages that they've been passing back and forth. I haven't gotten a chance to finish watching it all the way through, but I'm gonna watch it before practice. But I've seen the first half for sure.
Now, were you surprised that Potomac was able to give South Lakes a tough game?
No, I'm not surprised at all. Potomac is a very good basketball team, and they got a very, very good guard who can get shots on his own. And the fact that he's able to do that and get paint touches, I always knew that they would have a chance. The biggest thing that I was worried about for Potomac was how are they going to handle South Lakes and handle Jordan Scott and different things of that nature. So that's what I was worried about. How are they going to guard them?
And were they able to contain Jordan?
I think Jordan still had 22. So
yeah.
But I will say that they put a lot of pressure on the basketball. They made them uncomfortable, especially in the second half. From what my coaches were saying, they made them uncomfortable in the second half. So I'm definitely going to dial into that to see what Potomac did and see if it's something that we can replicate.
Yeah. Well, I believe this game is going to be 7:00 Friday at Centerville, Coach.
Yes, 7:00 not Centerville, at Westfield.
At Westfield.
Yeah.
Okay. Hayfield you have your hardcore supporters, but I didn't notice a big student section at the regional final. South Lakes is going to have a huge crowd. Do you think the Hayfield supporters are going to be out in mass?
I mean, I know the adults will. This, for whatever reason, like this, I guess because maybe our kids don't believe in the players that we have in our program. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if that's true or not, but I believe that that's what it is that they don't believe that this group is good and want to support them. But nonetheless, we're gonna keep on taking, we're gonna keep on going, and we're gonna try to get a W at Westfield. If the hype squad shows up, we'll love it because if it gives us energy and we feed off of it. But if not, we just going to continue and do what we do. We went down to Landstown, and all we had was 10 parents.
It was like AAU.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think if they show up and show up in bunches, I'm gonna love it. I'm gonna love every minute of it because when our student section shows up, and we tend to do very well.
And if they don't show up, you use that as motivation too, inspiration too, and to show them what they're missing. Now,
Yeah,
you know South Lakes very well. You played them, I think this is the third year in a row, right? You played them in the
yeah,
postseason,
yes,
and then you played them in the regular season this year. I was there at the game. I thought you guys played a great first half. You had an 8-point lead, I believe, at one point in the first half, or you had a lead in the first half. Thought you passed the
right,
ball really well, but you had a very young team at the
yeah,
beginning of the year. You didn't have many players that had played any meaningful minutes on the varsity level for you, whereas their whole
correct.
team had been there before, even though they were getting some new parts, in order. Do you think it's a different game at this time? Because teams grow so much after a season. Do you think the two teams are very different now that are going to meet on Friday night?
I just think everyone's just more seasoned on both sides. Everybody understands what their role is on the team now. Everyone understands where each player needs the basketball at, the scheme of the defense that everyone's trying to play. For Dez and his group, they're very. It's funny, like, and I don't mean no disrespect. I feel like, and Rochester is a great player, right? A great individual basketball player, but I feel like their defense has been even more stifling without him in the lineup, which is kind of crazy to me. Rochester's a great player, so I'm not taking anything away from him, and he might. And I hear that he's going to play on Friday, so I'm not taking anything away. I don't want no bulletin board material, nothing like that. But I just feel like their defense has been. I watched them versus Madison, and that was a great defensive game that I've ever seen from a high school team.
Coach, you cut out briefly, but the player you were talking about was David Rochester, right, Coach? The one is that you mentioned?
Yeah, David Rochester.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I felt like when they had Rochester, he's an obvious Division I player, but he had an effect on their chemistry. So I thought that it took them time to get him get the chemistry back, even though he's a tremendous player. Because the other players had already played together and won some big games together. So it does change the team. It'll be interesting to see how it works. Now, when you think about a big game like this, do you go deep into the matchup and try to with your game plan, or generally do you stick to with what the Hayfield Hawks do best?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to, we rely on our defense, so we're still going to try to play great defense, and we're going to have to rebound the basketball at an elite level. We haven't, everyone knows how the West Potomac game went down. We didn't rebound the ball well at all. We had to bounce back versus Landstown, and hopefully we can continue it on Friday versus South Lakes. We're going to have to, if they miss shots, we have to limit them to one shot as much as possible. And then we're going to have to get out and run, get into transition. I feel like that's when we're great, is when we're out in transition, getting 3-on-2s, 2-on-1s, and different situations like that. And when it's half court offense, we're going to have to execute, do a great job of getting downhill, getting paint touches, kick outs, and knock down wide open looks. If we can knock down 40% of our threes, I like it.
Yeah, exactly right. Now, Coach, I believe Westfield is a 94-foot court. Is that correct? I believe it's a college-sized court like Centerville. Is that correct?
I believe so. Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. If that's the case, do you think that helps you having a regulation court or 80? It seems to me if I'm playing against size like South Lakes has, I'd rather have a 94-foot court. But how do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter to me. Wherever we playing at, we showing up and trying to win a W. So it doesn't matter the size of the court, either way, shape, or form. And we just trying to play great defense, and hopefully we get out there with a W. It's gonna be a tough game. Mike Dez got those guys playing at a championship level, and I feel like we're close. And hopefully we put it all together on Friday.
Yeah. Did you come out of the game healthy? Out of the Tuesday's game?
Yeah. Everybody's healthy. Landstown would be throwing some elbows, so a couple of guys had got some elbow checks and got hurt a little bit, but they'll ice up today, and we're gonna take it light, do some shooting, watch some film, and put our game plan together for them. And tomorrow we'll put it on the court.
Yeah. Now, Coach, how would you compare your mood right now compared to last year when you were going to the Final Four? Last year you were heavy favorites going into the Final Four. I believe you played. Yeah. I think you played South Lakes in the semifinals last year. How was your mood this year? My guess is because no one expects you there, it's almost more exciting. Whereas last year is probably a relief that you're finally there.
Yeah, like I mean, this year is definitely exciting because no one thought that we'll be here, especially at the beginning of the year. If you saw us play at the beginning of the year, you probably thought that Hayfield was done. But the fact that we're here now is a testament to those kids, man, and the way that they've bought into our system, and the fact that we have opportunity to play versus South Lakes for the third time to get to a championship. I know we won those first two. But this is a different team for us, and I think that our guys are going to go out and put on a good show, and I hope that we do what's right from our defensive game plan and put it all together, like I said earlier.
Yeah, I actually think the reason why you're excited is because you want to make sure Darrell Overton knows who's boss in the Hayfield bill. Really, you gotta make sure you get back. So last question, Coach. Do you think Dave, Coach Dugan, the AD over at South Lakes, is going to try to intimidate the refs on Friday like he always does?
Hey, that's what he used to do all the time when he was a coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. Yeah. He's very well behaved as an athletic director. Whenever I see him, he's just cool and just he just seems like he's loving life.
Like, he was a very outspoken coach, and like he's very calm and chill now. I see the other side of Duggan. It's cool to see.
Yeah, cool. Well, look, Coach, this is great. I'm happy for you. I'm not surprised. I knew you guys would give them a game. And when the fact you're up by 17, you guys must have really had a great game plan for them. So anyway, you did doing Northern Virginia basketball proud once again, and I can't wait to Friday night's game, and best of luck against our friend Desmond.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
Yep. All right, Coach. Good talking to you. See you soon.
Man, have a good one.
Oh, you too, man. Appreciate it.